Alright, budget magic time. Playing some Mono Black Panharmonicon Devotion in Modern. Okay. The old Ghost Quarter Jarl's Messenger synergy. Some good some good deck building there. Necessary evils. I think this is fine. Double Brain Maggot's fine. We got a Panharmonicon, got a Chittering Rats. We're gonna annoy our opponent a lot. And then hopefully, I mean, Jarl's Messenger is good after Panharmonicon anyway. And we should be drawing black sources, so we can always go Panharmonicon first, and then Jarl's Messenger, hopefully with 3 black mana. If we draw another Ghost Quarter, that would be sad. Plains for our opponent, and passes. Jeez, we have all the discard. Well, pass turn. Island for our opponent. Oh god. It's a sliver deck. Oh, I do not know how this will go. There's a swamp though. So let's just Brain Maggot. Hopefully get rid of a sliver. Yeah, this is Slivers. Also Mercurial Pretender. Wait. So sliver you can bounce back to your hand to make another sliver? Well, I think we just get rid of this. Wow, look at this. Opponent has 4 different color basics in their hand. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll take Mana Weft Sliver, because that fixes all of our opponent's mana troubles if they draw it. That is a crazy hand. Oh, they drew the 4. Man, our opponent has every basic land. Every one. Another Diffusion Sliver. Well, the Fusion Sliver isn't all really that good. And we're going to have a Panharmonicon soon. So opponent gets in with the Fusion Sliver. We're not really planning on... Well, I guess it makes it harder for us to kill our opponent's creatures. We could Messenger here, but let's just Chitter. Good way of annoying our opponent. As a 2-2, it blocks Diffusion Sliver. And then we get to do some really fun stuff after Panharmonicon comes down. We can Panharmonicon, double Brain Maggot, double Ravenous Rats in the same turn. Just wipe out our opponent's hand. Double Chittering Rats is super insane too. It basically makes your opponents skip their next 2 draws, which is really, it's like a double Time Walk for 3 mana. Double Time Walk. I mean, not literally, because they can still use their mana and so forth, so it's not quite a Time Walk, but pretty close. So let's just pass the turn. Still don't really want to give our opponent this Mana Weft Sliver back. Not that it matters, since our opponent has a basic of every type. Oh, wow. I don't think they're going to be able to beat this hand. We have a Panharmonicon. So 5-color slivers is an actual thing, but I don't know if this is exactly the way you want to do it. 5-color slivers on a budget seems like a pretty guaranteed way to get mana screwed, if that's what's happening. Well, that's Panharmonicon. Pass turn. Well, our opponent's living up to their name. It is spicy. That's for sure. Yeah, there is a missing basic. They got them all. Is this... Oh, Venom Sliver. Okay. Death Touchy. So all our opponent has left is Mercurial Pretender. Opponent attacks. Let's trade off. I think that's fine. Disciple. So many options. Well, let's get our opponent empty-handed. We'll just play Disciple. Double triggers. Unfortunately, our opponent only has 1 card in their hand. So basically, we get double Thoughtseize, but let's pass the turn. I don't know if our opponent can draw stuff to get them out of this. Siphon Sliver. Alright, Slivers have Lifelink, and Death Touch, and our Frost Titans, essentially. Opponent passes. Oh! Well, we have a plan, boys and girls. We are going to... We're going to play Phyrexian Arena to start drawing cards, but that's a great merchant. Right now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 black mana symbols, so it would drain for 14 because it doubles. But it's going to get bigger, because next turn, hopefully we draw land and we can, like, Ravenous Rats plus Jarl's Messenger, and we'll get to the point where we can just kill our opponent in one big Jarl's Messenger. Opponent passes. We get to draw an extra card. Ooh, that's another Panharmonicon. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. All right, so Jarl's Messenger. Double triggers, drains for 4. Ravenous Rats, double triggers, makes our opponent discard 2 cards. Not that exciting. Pass the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 black mana symbols. So I think we can just Gray Merchant for 22 next turn. Seems good. Uh-oh. That's a lot of mana for a Sliver deck. Ah! Okay. What's our opponent going to kill? Gets rid of our Brain Maggot. Does that mean we still win? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we drain for 20. If our opponent attacks, they gain 4. Okay. Yeah, that works. Gray Merchant for 20. Seems reasonable. We could wait and play another Panharmonicon, but we might as well just do the honorable thing. Gray Merchant, drain for 10, drain for 10. Gray Merchant Panharmonicon is so sweet. We just drained our opponent out for... oh, 20 from 20. What do we want against Slivers? I guess this Demon is probably good. Minister of Pain is actually sneaky. What's not good? Our opponent's deck seems ambitious. I would not be at all surprised to see our opponent get severely mana screwed in one of our games. We'll go down Disciple, a bit slow. Chittering Rats, and maybe, well, let's go down 1 Ravenous Rats and 1 Brain Maggot. Let's just try it like that. Could bring in Lifebane Zombie, but our opponent has such a, also Dismember. I guess we should bring in Dismembers. Maybe we keep Brain Maggot. Our opponent didn't seem to have much removal, and go down all the Ravenous Rats and try it like that. Okay. I mean, we got some removal. Got a Brain Maggot. Opponent is playing ultra budget 5-color Slivers in Modern. Oh, against odds. Confirmed. They must be leaning very heavily on Manawef Sliver, which means if we can kill Manawef Sliver, our opponent should have... Ooh, that's Grave Titan. Should have a hard time actually competing and casting their stuff. Which means... Oh, they have Sliver Hives. I guess that helps. Sliver fixing. Predatory Sliver. Well, maybe our opponent just had a really weird draw, and this is the good Sliver deck. Although it had Constructing Sliver in the main deck, which is a vote against that. Let's just dismember that. Play the Swamp. Keeping the board clear means we can gatekeep our opponent's next creature, hopefully untap and Necrotal the following creature if we draw land. And that's pretty good. 2 for 1s. Whoa! Our opponent... Holy, that's a Scuttling Doom engine. So I'm starting to think that this was a this was someone that played 5-color Slivers in Standard. And 5-color Slivers wasn't really a real thing in Standard, but played 5-color Slivers in Standard, and then forgot they had this deck in their Magic Online collection. Woke up this morning and said, "Well, it won't let me play this in Standard anymore." And after a few clicks and figuring it out, realized they could play it in Modern, jumped into Modern, and are paying the price. Because I don't think we've seen any old Slivers. This is literally all the Slivers that were legal in Standard a little while ago, and Scuttling Doom engine. This is like core set block constructed. Now, let's just kick a Gatekeeper of Malakir. Standard Slivers, not really built to compete with endless enter the battlefield, kill your creature effects, which is essentially what our deck is. And we even have Demon in our hand. If we draw the lands for it, this is pretty good against what our opponent's doing. I guess we could get Scuttled. That's pretty big. If they just get down a Scuttling Doom engine somehow. So we'll try to keep that from happening. There's Diffusion Sliver. There's Gray Merchant, too. Alright, well, let's just Brain Maggot since we don't have anything else. Get rid of... Ooh, there's the Hive Lord. Our opponent has it all. When it attacks, deals 1 damage to creature or player. I guess we gotta take that. Although, the Hive Lord is a problem. I think we can win through the Hive Lord just by... That's gonna make all our opponent's stuff indestructible. I guess Dismember kills it, but... we'll basically just... try to go wide and Gray Merchant our way to victory if our opponent manages to get that down. There's, ooh, Gale Rider. All right. Opponent gets in, 4-1. Let's just pass the turn. I think our plan here, we don't really want to give our opponent back either of the cards under Brain Maggot. So I think the plan is wait for our opponent to attack with their flyers, disfigure Gale Rider, block Diffusion, and get the 2-for-1. Opponent plays around that. Well, let's just kill Gale Rider. We can't really let our opponent's Big Slivers Gale Rider us. Unfortunately, it means we can't Necrotol that thing. Maybe we just attack with everything. If our opponent gets something back, they get something back. Actually, maybe we keep back. Let's attack with these. If our opponent gets back Hivis strings or Hive strings. Hivis? Hive. If our opponent gets back Hive strings at this point, I don't think it really matters. So opponent blocks with the Fusion Sliver. They can't actually cast it right now anyway. So we will just pass the turn. Save our Necrotol. Because Hive strings, even though it makes slivers, is not a sliver spell. So they can't cast it with Sliver Hive. Opponent deep in the tank. Plays another swamp. Thinking. Passes the turn. Okay. That's Panharmonicon. We will cast Panharmonicon. That means we're getting pretty close to the Gray Merchant kill. And just attack with both. Put our opponent down to 12 and pestered. Opponent passing. There's a swamp. I think that means we win, unless our opponent has removal. Just attack with both. Put our opponent to 9. And then double Gray Merchant is 10. Play a swamp. And Panharmonicon Gray Merchant should finish this one off. Drain for 5. Drain for 5. And that's the game. Well, our opponent was playing a pretty interesting old standard deck. Not tier by any means. Not even tier in standard. But we got the win.